Good day, everyone. Today I'll discuss and report about Chapter 3, Photographic Films and Papers. A. Black and white films. A black and white film is basically made up of emulsion, gray or anti-halation backing, and a support base. Number 1. Emulsion. Photographic emulsion consists the crystals of light sensitive compound silver nitrate evenly distributed throughout plastic base material. Examples of emulsion: milk, oil, margarine, and ice cream. Number 2. Gray or anti-halation backing. This layer is placed between the emulsion and the plastic base of a film to prevent whatever light and pressure through the emulsion and reflected by the base back of the emulsion, which form a halo. Number 3. Base. Generally, film bases are made of plastic material. They serve as support of emulsion. Examples of base: sodium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, and last, potassium oxide. Characteristics of B and W films. The characteristics of a BW films are speed, sensitively to light, spectral wavelength or color sensitively, and granularity or graininess. All true films are universal manufactured in about the same way. There are controlling variables in procedure. Choose the proportion of chemical use in processing films of different characteristics. 1. Emulsion speed. The different the different educator of emulsion spend or as follow. A. ASA, American Standard Association rating. This is expressed of arithmetic value. B. DIN or DIN. Let's say industry Northman rating, which is expressed the logarithmic value. ISO International Standard Organization rating. This is expressed the combined arithmetic or logarithmic values. In the market, ASA 100 commonly refers to the plus X, the ASA 200 as the double EX, and the ASA 400 as the 3X. Number 2, spectral sensitivity. The different classification of films as according to the spectral sensitive are: A. Blue sensitive film, sensitive to ultraviolet rays, the blue light only. B. Ultrachromatic film, sensitive or ultraviolet rays, blue and green light only. C. Panchromatic film, sensitive or ultraviolet radiation to blue, green, red light or all colors. D. Infrared film, sensitive or ultraviolet rays to blue, green, red light, and infrared rays. Number 3, granularity or grayness. This refers to the size of metallic silver grains and are formed after development of an exposed film. Generally, the size of metallic silver grains are dependent on the emulsion speed of, of the film and the type of developing solution is the use of processing. The role is the lower the speed rating of the film, the bigger are the grains. Likewise, a film developer will produce the finer grains that a paper developer when used for the film processing. Letter B. Color films. Color color films is multi-layer emulsion coated on the same support or base. The top emulsion is sensitive the blue light only, since the green light passes through without effect and the blue light alone makes exposure. A yellow filter layer above the middle emulsion absorbs any unsensed blue light and prevents it from reaching the two lower emulsion layer. The yellow color in the filter layer have no permanent effect on the appearance of the film because it is destroyed during processing. The middle emulsion is sensitive to the green light but not to red light. Like a emulsion, the middle layer is also sensitive to the blue but the blue light cannot reach it. The exposure in this layer is therefore made by green light alone. The bottom layer is sensitive to red light, but it is sensitivity to green light is too low as to be legible. Hence of exposure in this layer is made by red alone. These three emulsion layers are coated on the film base which has an anti-halation backing. Types of color films. There are this is the illustrate of types of color films. So there are image formation in color, negative film, original subject, representative, technically bicolor patches, a cross section of the color negative film, silver hand grains and exposed in the camera have been developed to produce negative silver images. Cross section of colors negative films after the silver grains had been bleached. Color negative. Okay. So figure 9, diagram of image formation of the color negative, courtesy and Eastman Kodak. Okay. Let's proceed to A, negative or non-reversal films. The definition of negative or non-reversal film, the suffix color is given to negative or non-reversal film. This film either a negative or a positive image, depending on how it used. Examples are Cadacolor, Fujicolor, Agfacolor, and etc. B. Reversal films. The suffix chrome is applied the reversal materials. This film with process a positive image to transferring for projection viewing. Examples are Kodachrome, Etachrome, Fujichrome, Agfachrome, and etc. Okay, let's proceed to C. Photographic papers, black and whites. White. The definition is modern photographic papers are basically composed of a light-intensive coating emulsion on a paper base of support. The emulsion suspended on gelatin is generally made of silver halide salt to withstand or the hair and of soaking in a chemical solution and the water during processing the washings, as well as the variety of degree of humidity and temperature. The base is made of wood pulp. pulp. Number 1, characteristic of photographic papers. A. Emulsion speed. 1. Chloride paper has a slow speed of cited for contact printing. Number 2. Bromide paper has a fast speed and recommended for projection printing or enlarging. Number 3. Chlorobromide paper is a multi-speed and could be used in both contact printing and enlarging. The contrast of emulsion also affect the printing speed for some paper that lighter the contrast grade, the lower speed. B. Explore the development latitude. Latitude is a degree or amount of which can deviate from the ideal. Explore development with applicable laws of print quality. Number 1. Exposure latitude. Generally, photographic papers do not have wide exposure latitude, so exposure must be critical at all times. Number 2. Development latitude. Papers that do not change applicable or contrast in the image tone of reasonable variation and development has good latitude. However, for base quality, the developing time should be as near as those prescribed by the manufacturer. C. Contrast range or grade. In black and white printing, it is often necessary and adjust the paper contrast today can be yet a natural scene result from negative and with density range are the either too high or too low. Some papers are available in several contrast range or grade while others have built-in contrast control affected by the use of a filter and the enlarging lens or a enlarging light source. In most photographic papers, the contrast range of grade are indicated by number 0 to 5. Number 1, number uh, number 0 and 1 are used on overexposed or low contrast negative. Number 2, number 2 are on normal exposed or normal contrast negatives. Number 3, number 3 to 5 used or underexposed of high contrast negatives. D. Physical characteristics. In the physical characteristics under this category, photographic papers come in the different surface-based thinking or weight and color. Number 1. Surfaces of photographic papers vary in the surface textures or degrees, glossy or thin. They are glossy of the smooth and semi-matte or silk, and the matte of the road face surface. Number 2, base weight or thickness. Under this category, we have lightweight, single weight, middle weight, and the double weight. Number 3, color may cold or white, a very slight blue cast, and the warm or cream with a white has a slight yellow-brown line. D. Photographic papers for coloring and printing. The definition is a use is essential similar or a, or the film used in the camera expect that emulsion layer are coated on the paper based on content covers covers which the colored covers are not used because the print could be suitable for direct waving. Printing Printing a negative in complementary colors or non-reversal print reverse reverses both on the tone scale and the colors of negative. Thus, the final result is a positive reproduction with accuracy limits of photographic processes on the tones of colors and original subjects. Photographic papers, both colors and black and white, are supplied in a rules of sheet in varying length or sizes. Okay, that's all and thank you.